Welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today I will be doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what WIP stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. So that means that you can bring out your own projects or your own WIPs, or if you want, you could just do chores, you could drive around, or you could sit on the couch doing absolutely nothing while you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. With that being said, I gotta make sure I'm actually recording this time because I rambled for like a good, 10 or so minutes before I realized, hey, my phone's not recording. So I hope you guys are doing well. It's probably a good thing my phone didn't record half the stuff I said because I was just grumbling about the perforated covers for a while over here because I didn't have this sectioned out. This is actually a different kit from last week, so I'm not working on the spring mystery anymore. Honestly, funny story, I finished it one day before the official day of summer, so it was still technically spring. But this diamond painting is called Seasons of Winter by Alphonse Mucha. I think that's the right way to pronounce his name, hopefully. Anyway, this is a 50.7 by 97 centimeters or 20 by 38 inches. And this has 32 colors, and 2 of those are ABs. I actually worked on this last year before I put this up. So I'm trying to get used to things again. I've been craving around, to be honest. The last few months I've been solely working on squares, not on purpose. It's just all the diamond paintings that I've been picking out have been squares. I wanted to work on Galaxy by Erica de Guber because it's one of my smaller diamond paintings, and it's one of my oldest diamond paintings, but I just wanted to get around, and this is also a new pen for me to try out. So I was like, okay, so lots of new stuff because it's been a while since I've worked on rounds, so my placement might not be perfect. But yeah, so and also I don't know why I did it like this, where I normally start on the left and then work right. Regardless of the orientation of the diamond painting. If I have it upside down, I always start on the right and work towards the left. So I don't know why I did this. I really don't, because now my hand's just constantly in the drills. Oh well. I don't know. I don't know the inner workings of my mind sometimes. But yeah, I was a little grumbly because I didn't have this section off, and I don't know if I recorded any videos last year with this. I probably didn't. I don't remember when I stopped doing videos exactly last year. I know it had to be in June, because like I just didn't feel like really doing anything after my surgery, to be honest. And I'll try not to linger too much because this diamond painting is actually kind of bittersweet for me. It holds a lot of bad memories right now. It's not like my favorite diamond painting right now, but I've been wanting to work on around, and I don't really have containers to work up any other diamond paintings, to be honest. But yeah, so like today kind of. It's funny. I'm actually recording this early on Tuesday morning because I couldn't record anything last night. But I was kind of looking at my doctor's appointments and my schedules and stuff like that. But today kind of marks like the year, like when I went to see my doctor, my oncologist today, a year ago, to have the official diagnosis of cancer, of my cancer diagnosis and everything. And it's been such a wild year. It's really been a really wild year. And when I say official, so like everyone has like their my chart and stuff like that. So No one called to let me know I had have cancer or anything like that. When I found out by the chart instead, like it was just like from their testing and stuff on the tumor I had in my lung, and no one called to let me know or anything like that. I did get a call from the lung surgeon who did the surgery. I gotten a call from the receptionist, but that was all like basically, oh, we were going to refer you to an oncologist, but we see that you already have one. Basically, the oncologist was also a blood specialist. Long story. It was like I was seeing him for a different reason, but it's a good thing he was an oncologist at this, as well. So, but yeah, it was just like it's so weird in a way, and it's kind of why this diamond painting holds a lot of bad memories for me. Like I was in a lot of pain last year, still at this point, because well, not at this point, but like at this point last year, because I had the surgery. Goodness, I have that marked down too. June 11th was my surgery date. I remember that day. I think I scared everyone, man. But yeah, it's just a lot of bad memories circling around this. Like I was in a lot of pain because they fractured my rib when they had to get the tumor out. So, and I didn't know this until like a few weeks later that my rib was fractured. So I was like, no wonder I was in a lot more pain than what I was been told I was going to be. So but yeah, so yeah, just the pain, the being scared of everything, of what was to come, and all that stuff. Just put a lot of bad feelings in this diamond painting and diamond painting in general, because for the longest time after that, I didn't diamond paint for a few months. I was trying to, like, I did some diamond painting while it was like during my chemo sessions and stuff like that when I was getting my infusions, but as time progressed, I didn't feel like doing diamond painting. I didn't feel like doing anything at all. It took a while for me to bounce back. But what I'm trying to do is like try and bring good memories back to this. So I know that I'm trying not to bring anyone down with what I'm talking about, and I'm sorry if I did, but just yeah, this does bring a lot of bad memories to it, but I'm trying to make it good now, because now it's, like I said, it's been a wild year. I remember, like, literally, it's almost close to the time when I saw my doctor last year, and him telling me about, like, what we were going to have to start, and that I was going to have to get a port, and my biggest concern out of everything was, am I going to lose my hair? Like, I just could not stop focusing on that. Like, and I just felt like such an idiot to be so worried about that. But at the same time, it's still been a major source for me. I just, good news. Well, bad news, good news. Bad news, I did lose part of my hair. Had to shave it. It's growing back. It's gotten a lot longer. I've actually went out in public the other day without my beanie, because it's grown out to the point where I think it's okay. There is still a bit of a bald spot, but my hair's thick enough where I can cover that spot a bit. And my husband's like, no one can tell, but I can tell. I can tell. But that's because it's me. So but it's looking a lot better. But yeah, I feel so silly, because that should have been the least of my concerns back then. But yeah, so things like that. It's just I'm sorry. I'm trying not to bring the mood down. I'm like 9 minutes in, and I'm just like sad clown. It's just like, oh man. But yeah, it's just like it's just so weird how things are now, compared to a year ago, where I was very much everything was doom and gloom, I was very scared, and everything. And now it's a year later. I mean, I'm in remission, so fingers crossed that it stays that way. They are keeping an eye on certain lymph nodes, because they just want to be, their weird selves. But yeah, they're keeping an eye on that. Everything seems to be, on the up and up. I'm no longer have to be on, any infusions. I've been off that for about, goodness, 6 months ish, 6+ months. But now my blood, all my blood levels, my white blood cells, my red blood cells, all of that's starting to go up. Iron still needs a little bit of work on, but but I mean, like, I'm doing a lot better. I'm healthier. I'm definitely a lot healthier than I was a year ago. I don't have that insufferable cough anymore that I had for 5+ years. Holy cow. Like, it's so weird, because I listened to a couple of videos of me, and not just like my YouTube videos. I'm talking about like stuff where we kind of like record stuff and around, and hearing me just constantly cough all the time and clearing my throat, and I'm like, goodness, it's so life-changing now. Like, I feel like I can breathe better, even though, like, I still get a little bit of stitch on my side if I try and breathe a little too deeply. I joke around and say it's the scars that's pulling on it. But so trying to make this diamond painting be a happier one now. Like, I'm trying to put good feelings into it now. So, like I said, it's been a year. So, things have definitely changed. I mean, like, I've gone to a retreat. I've traveled. I'm a lot more outgoing than I was, a year ago. So it's so different how much a year can change a person, even when you are a fully grown adult, even though when you don't feel like an adult. So yeah, it's just one of those things. But yeah, sorry for that. But yeah, but long story short, I'm just trying to make this diamond painting into a good one now. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. Trying to put good juju in the world. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Even though it's like still kind of gives me bad feelings, I wanna make it feel a lot better, especially since my heart was breaking earlier this week. Was just like my son came down. He was so upset, and he was really upset. My husband and I were just like watching some TV shows. We were like watching some travel shows and stuff, and he comes down and he's just freaking out because this year has been hard for him too, because like and I guess like he had a memory of like basically of some stuff that with me when I was really sick and not doing well when I after my infusions and stuff like that. And we had a talk, and basically he was just like, he had some nightmares and things, like he thought that I was going to die, and he was just really scared. And that's not something I want my 10-year-old or my 13-year-old to think about, but I know that it was a very real fear for them back then. So, but try to comfort him, as best as we can. And just like, I let him cuddle with me. He's still my little boy. They're all my little kids still. I can't just say no sometimes with cuddles and things like that. So yeah, just cuddle with him. Like, listen, my heart's still beating. I have a lot more scars. I look slightly different now, but I'm still the same mommy. I'm still, I'm still here. I'm kicking. I'm living. I'm working to be a healthier me now, like, so, and, finally calmed him down enough so that way, he could get back to bed and everything. So, but I really felt bad for him. I was like, oh man, I feel guilty, even though, like, my husband's like, don't feel guilty. It's not like you were, like, trying to get yourself sick or anything like that. But, you know how mom guilt is. It's a huge thing, so. But, yeah, let's, let's move on from sad news, depressing news. But yeah, we're gonna make things into better memories. So, so that's pretty much what we're gonna do. What I'm trying to do with the kids too, like we're like doing game nights now. So this has been one of the most relaxing weeks, I have to say, where we're not go, have appointments and stuff like that. Now, next week I got a doctor's appointment, but that's only at the beginning of the week, so I won't be able to do a recording that day either, dang it. I'll have to do another early Tuesday morning. No. Oh well. That's okay. Oh well. But yeah, so yeah, I got a doctor's appointment next Monday, early in the morning, so yay. Nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. Just one of those normal checkups. And where I get to hear, oh, your blood pressure's up. Oh, you think? But anyway, so let's see. Yeah, it's been a chilled week. Haven't really done a lot of anything, to be honest, which is why I liked it and why I actually did so well with my spring mystery diamond painting. I was able to finish that, really quickly. Like, I was so surprised. I was I was like down to the wire. It was like literally, like I said, the day before the first day of summer. I was just like, am I going to finish this? I don't know. So yeah, that was some of the stuff we did. The kids' summer like Brain Quest books came in. So we started working them on that, and at first there were so many groans from Michael and Jana, and it was just like, we don't want to do this, and it's like, it's not as bad as you're gonna think. Like, I went to point out the, showing them some of the workbooks. I'm like, this is actually a lot better than the ones that you would get at school. I'm like, you're not gonna have to write huge essays or anything like that. So, and as soon as they saw like that there's actually some fun activities, but they're still reading and things like that, so they're a little bit more on board with it. So we've been doing a couple of activities every day, and then I told my husband, I'm like, well, I was looking at a book for Nicole as well, and because the summer brain quests don't really go to between 7th and 8th grade, but this Kids Academy book does. And I was kind of interested in trying it, and oh my god, Nicole has put her feet, like digged her feet in the ground about this, and we're like, no, we want you to focus on your schooling too, kid. We want you to keep your mind sharp. So, and we're gonna do an incentive for all 3 of you if you guys complete your homework. Well, we're not going to expect them to complete it, but if they at least work on it, a little bit here, a little bit there, every day, yeah, I want to make sure that, they keep their minds sharp, so that way, they don't lose all that knowledge that they got crammed into them last school year. Let's see. Man, it has been a while since I have multi-placed rounds. I hope I'm doing this well. So since it's been such a chill week, there's not a lot of news to kind of really report. So this will probably, I don't know, maybe if I'm able to yap. I do tend to ramble, but this will be kind of a shorter women chat, I think. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, it was just like, so there was, like I said, not a lot happening. So the dishwasher that I was telling you guys about, we haven't gotten that fixed yet. We decided to fix it ourselves. My husband looked up ways of trying to do repairs before we buy a heating element. So we basically ran the dishwasher again and let the heating element heat up to the point where it started melting the plastic spoon again, and then my husband started scraping it off with a wooden spoon. So now we have to buy 2 spoons. He's like, I'm okay with sacrificing this if this means that we're saving, a few hundred. I'm like, okay. And it is working-ish. It's working enough where we can deal with it. It makes an awful, noise where, some of the water is still kind of blocked, but most of it's, fine. So we're going to just leave it be for now. It is definitely in the to be repaired pile. But the reason being was we had also maintenance on our AC last week. So which is a good thing because this week is a heat wave. I know it's funny because I'm wearing long sleeves, but I always wear long sleeves because we have AC and my husband has the whole thing on blast. And I freeze easy, which is funny because at nighttime I'm burning up for some reason now. So it's just like, so I've been wearing t-shirts instead. But yeah, it's just, actually, to be honest, after this, I probably will switch into a t-shirt. It's one of the few times I will wear a t-shirt. It's gotten hot enough, once the sun will completely come up, my side of the house here has the sun facing us, and it starts warming up to the point where it's unbearable even with the AC right now. But yeah, we have a heat wave that's going on, and I'm so grateful that we got our AC maintenance. The guy came by. Our AC has had a slew of problems in the past. So we had to replace both dampers on it before, and that was an expensive cost. But we've been keeping up to date. We've been maintaining our AC, our HVAC unit, getting it checked out twice a year, once before summer, once before winter, to make sure things are good and ready for it to be in working condition. Although, to be honest, we've been dealing with the AC since April, but anyway. But the guy was the guy who does our maintenance and stuff like that, had warned us about, some of the issues, because this is an almost 11-year-old unit. It, came with the house when the house was built. We've been in this house for almost 11 years, so haven't changed, much of the house. We're slowly been now doing that, but yeah, the guy was kind of going, this came with the house, and we're like, yeah. He's like, it works surprisingly well for a builder's AC. So for one, because they usually cheap out and stuff like that. And he decided to check one more thing, some things like the engine and stuff like that of the outside unit, and he pointed out stuff basically says we're still in the green, but it's something to keep an eye out for to change the, oh gosh, I forgot exactly what it was. He goes, basically, it was right there and hovering on the line, but for the most part we're still good. Just be aware kind of thing. It's nothing to be concerned about, but it is, something to keep our mind on. And then my husband's like, no, let's get this fixed right away. Basically he's like, all right. So he, did the repair and everything, and it was just it wasn't that bad. So at least we were able to get it done the same day. So, and actually now that all of that's done, I can tell that the AC hasn't struggled as much. It doesn't kick on constantly anymore. So, which I am grateful for, because it sounded like it was starting to have a little bit of an issue. So, but yeah, so just gotta keep maintaining that AC. But since we done that, we didn't really want to spend the money on fixing the dishwasher or get a new sink or anything like that. So that kind of got pushed on to the side a little bit. So, we'll do that another time. Another time when we can afford it. Besides, we still are wanting to get cats. But, husband told me that we gotta chill out. It's like, but you promised I want my cats, There's been, but, it's just, I'm being a bit of a, being a bit of a brat. But no, in all honesty, we are going to get them eventually, but at least I can prep for it. I started pulling out all the stuff that we had in the garage. When I say all the stuff, it's like just a cat bed and the litter box, and I know I had the cat carrier somewhere. I don't know where I put it, but I know it's somewhere. Just don't know where. Let's see. Trying to think of what else has been going on. Nothing really much, but I've been just like working on Carlac downstairs, which is funny because that thing is 80 by 120 centimeters. It will work perfectly on this table upstairs. And for some reason, I figured let's bring the smaller one of the two upstairs for a whip and chat because it's easier. Honestly, it's easier to do a whip and chat up here. I can do whip and chats downstairs, and I do them later in the day when because of the kiddos. Let's see, I'm trying to find this one letter. I gotta get used to this system again. It's been a while. All right. Let's see. There we go. Just a little bit. All right. But yeah, just it hasn't been like really too crazy to be honest this week. Been like, oh, we we went out for boba earlier this week. Let's see, what day was it? Saturday. It was Saturday. And we let Nicole watch her brother and sister. She was going to go to Carowinds last week. I don't know if I mentioned this in last week's Whip and Chat, but she went to Carowinds, supposed to have a sleepover with one of her friends, and then her friend's mom's phone broke when it was a whole ordeal. Like, so I get woken up. I know, I'm backtracking. Oh, we'll continue with my other story in just a moment. But I was woken up rudely at, goodness, like at 8 o'clock in the morning. It was one of the few times where I was able to sleep in because I haven't been able to sleep in, with her bursting in saying that her friend has bought a Carowinds ticket, and can she please go. They accidentally bought too many tickets. And this is where I'm like, her friend just, like, how do you accidentally buy an extra season's pass ticket? Like, I'm just like, I side-eyed. But I've I've always said her mom, the kid's mom, is a little too frivolous and flighty. And man, that day kind of just had proved my point. But because they were like constantly, they were like, we'll be there at 10. Like she was asking, is it okay if I go for a sleepover? Is it okay if I go, over to Carowinds? And I was like, okay, sounds good. Kind of went over it with my husband and everything, and gave it a thumbs up because luckily, like, we didn't have anything to do, to be honest. Like, there was no pressing plans that she had to be a part of. But yeah, they were going to be there at 10, and then they were going to be there at 11, and then I get a message from the mom saying that they were running behind. Also, they gotta find a swimsuit for the kid, and I was just like, they didn't pick her up until, goodness, closer to 1 o'clock, and I was just like, okay, like, are they even gonna have fun? But whatever, And then I get a message from her around 4-ish, like, saying, basically they have to go home because the mom broke her phone and yada yada yada, and we're like, oh, that sucks, but at least you're still having fun with your friend, and she's like, yeah, I am. And then my husband tells me he has to go pick up Nicole like an hour later, and it's because the mom's car battery died. It's just like, oh my gosh. And so Chris goes there to help basically help try and jumpstart the battery, but also Nicole's just like, can I go home instead? This day's been a wash. I don't really want to do a sleepover, like that. And at that point, it's like totally understand. But the point of this whole story was like, we also gave her some money, and through her Cash App card, to help pay for her own snacks and stuff, so that she's doesn't have to. Ew, there's dirt in there. Okay. Nope, that's a drill. Never mind. Okay. But it was just. Goodness, trying to think. But yeah, she only had like an ice cream or anything like that. But we're like, okay, since you because you still have the cash, yes, you go to Carowinds with it, but you still have the spending money. Babysit your brother and sister for a few hours, which is what she did. So, and we still kind of paid her because we gotten her boba. Kind of, she asked for, well, she didn't get boba, but she got a fruit tea refresher from the boba place. So, oh man, but it was kind of funny. So, basically, my husband had her watering the lawn, and they had a water fight. She asked if it was okay if they had a water fight, which we said okay. We bought like these foam water squirters, kind of water guns kind of thing. So basically, they watered the lawn, which the grass is growing. It's slowly but surely it is filling in, and and they had a water fight, so it was so funny watching them through the camera. They're like battling each other and everything like that. Oh, and also one of the things that to help with her the money that we gave her was I don't know what my husband did while I was at the retreat, but he taught her how to mow the lawn. And she was determined to do it last week. She mowed the entire front of the lawn, like the areas that weren't not the areas that are still growing, but like the areas that were already starting to get overgrown and everything. She mowed all of that, and also the side yard too. And I'm like, dang, look at this kid, Miss Independent. Like, basically, I just had to re-show her how to start the lawnmower, and I just kept going out there. Are you sure you got it? I can take over, like constantly, like just checking in on her. And she's like, I got it, I'm good. And I'm like, I'm going out every 2 minutes. Are you sure? Are you good? She's like, I got it. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just like, my husband's like, he sees me popping in and out, constantly. He's like, just let her be, he's at work, I'm just like, but I just gotta make sure she's okay. He goes, I've let her mow, it's fine. I'm like, okay, all right. Okay, just keeping an eye. He's all like, she's 13, she'll be fine, it's an electric lawnmower. So it's just like, okay, all right. I'm just trying not to freak out, but it's like, dang, he taught her very well. Like, she did a really good job mowing the lawn. I was impressed. And then when my husband came home later that night, he took care of the entire backyard, because the backyard's a bit bigger than the front yard, and it's like a bit more on the hilly end, and we didn't want her to go up and down the hills. He wanted her just to be on straight, flat, or somewhat flat areas. But yeah, so, man, I actually am rambling, oh my goodness. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much what has been going on this week. Some of the other things that have been going on was, so, There was that whole mystery box that came out from Diamond Art Club earlier this week, and I bought it. Was really hoping I would get something like, so one of my things was like basically like, oh my gosh, what if it could be a Chrysa bug in there or something else, or you know, yada yada yada. And so I was just like, okay. So I bought the mystery box, and I have slight disappointment. I haven't decided if I'm gonna post a video or not of my unboxing, or what, because like I haven't really totally unboxed it, because I haven't decided if I'm going to try and destash some of it, or try and trade it for a certain one that I want. But I have a little, you know, a little slight disappointment. One of them I don't mind too much to work on, but you know, the other two, it was a miss for me. It was a miss. That's all I'm gonna say. So I was slightly disappointed. Then it was so funny because like then the next day, I said I was going to stop, but the next day I went and got because Rainbow Hugging Dragon came back in stock, and then I didn't buy it then. I had it in my cart. I was putting it in, putting it out, putting it in, putting it out, and then Moonlight Nymph comes back in stock. There's like only a few of it left, and I was like, wait, what? And I wasn't going to buy it, right? And I was like going to hold strong, but man, that video that Tiffany posted, and then she kind of encouraged me. She's all like, it's back in stock, and I'm like, where's my wallet? So got that. Got the Moonlight Nymph and also Rainbow Hugging Dragon. So they came in the very next day after my mystery one, and that definitely helped soothe the burn, so to say. So I've been, you know, just you know, figuring out what I want to do next. Because I think I will do one of them. One of them I'll probably be doing in the future, but not right now. But also I bought a 5-placer along with that order. And it's funny because when I was at the retreat, basically I was like, they said that my 4-placer was just a baby. It's so tiny compared to everyone else's multi-placers there and stuff like that. So I'm trying to graduate. I have a 6-placer, but I never really liked working on it. So I got myself a 5-placer. I'm going to practice working on that sometime. Not on around though. Since I'm more comfortable with squares, I'll probably do that after I'm done with Carlac, probably. So I'll probably be doing that sometime soon. I'm gonna start working on a 5-placer, and then I'll try and work my way up. So that way, by the time I go to the retreat again next year, maybe I'll have a 6-placer. Yeah, it's going to take me a whole year to get used to it, I think. I just love my 4-placer. It's just so nice. I'm able to place things a lot easier. I mean, like, not with the rounds, but it's been a while since I've done rounds, so. But with my squares, I do a really decent job with it. It's just so nice. But yeah. Let's see. But I think that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, it's been just a chill week. I've been just kind of enjoying it, to be honest, and I'm hoping next week will be more of a chill week. It gives me more time to diamond paint. Some of my plans I'm planning on is like I'm going to set the table back up downstairs, so that way I'm not in just this tiny little computer room. And that way I can hang out with the kids. We could watch some TV and stuff like that. I kind of want to see about if I can set that table up over the couch, so I could sit on the couch instead and try and dim paint that way. But yeah, we'll figure it out. But I wanted to hang out with the kids, especially this week. We're not going out. It's too hot. Like it was already feeling like 80 something, and that was like at 8. So, and it's already, I don't know, probably 9ish now. So, but so yeah, I know that today's going to be feeling like 105 plus. So it felt like 108 yesterday. I was just like, oh, I stepped outside and I went, I'm melting. Nope, we're going back in. We're not dealing with this. Oh man. Let's see. We'll go with this color. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to get this edit and everything. Finish this section right here. And I probably will be working on this. Honestly, I got a ways to go on this, to be honest. A lot. It's a lot of color blocking, a lot of round color blocking, so it should go fast. Question mark, fingers crossed. Okay, so I had to cut quite a bit because I started rambling. Oh, just kind of going off into space. But I hope you guys are doing well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!